If you want to learn how to make money online, you've probably heard about the days of when Amazon FBA first kicked off in America and you could ship in a makeup pad or a nice little bag and it would make you hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And of course, it's gotten way more saturated and you have to be a lot more creative now to get in there and make that kind of money. But what if I told you that opportunity was arising again, but in a different part of the world? Now, I wholeheartedly believe that this is one of the biggest untapped opportunities in the online entrepreneurial space at the moment. There's easily the option for you to make $100 profit per day, which I'm going to be going through with you shortly. And there's also the option for you to hunker down and go in for the long run, see the big picture, and make much, much more money in the future. And of course, I'm talking about Amazon FBA in Australia. Now, of course, Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, and that's where us, the business person, finds a product and we source it somewhere in the world. We then ship it to a Amazon warehouse where they store the product for us, and then when a customer comes along and buys the product, Amazon will ship it out for us, and then that's when we get paid. And it is a fantastic business model, and it's especially great for people who are wanting to get into the e-commerce world and start to learn about e-commerce as a whole, which is why it was so popular when everyone started to see that you could make money in America, but that opportunity has arisen again in Australia. Now, as Amazon is starting to take off in Australia and more people are using it in some of the areas that you wouldn't be able to get into now in America, like if you wanted to sell dog beds or gaming chairs, there's way too many people selling them and you'd have to have huge amounts of capital if you wanted to get in there now. Whereas in Australia, there's hardly anyone selling them, so they've all got really low reviews, there's already people wanting to buy, and there's hardly anyone shipping out of Australia. Meaning at the moment, if people buy it on Amazon Australia, Amazon is having to ship the product from overseas, probably in one of their American warehouses, whereas if you can store the product here in their Australian warehouses, they're going to put your listing above everyone else's. So it's a golden opportunity for us Aussies that live here at home. Now, I'm going to show you how to make $100 a day profit, but in order to do that, I always believe in starting by reverse engineering. So let's have a look at the numbers that we need in order to achieve those results. So we're going to jump into my computer here, and I'm actually going to show you how to find products yourself that are going to make you $100 a day profit. So firstly, we need to figure out how much profit we'd be doing per month. So if we're doing $100 a day times by 30 days in a month, we'd have to be doing $3,000 profit per month. And then in the e-commerce space, I generally teach that you should aim for about a 30% profit margin. Now, you can obviously get away with more, and I know people that get away with less, but we say that on about average to aim for about 30% profit margin. So if a product is doing $3,000 a month profit, in sales, it's going to be doing $10,000 per month. So we now know that when we're looking for niches that we want to sell into, we want to be looking in there and seeing products that are doing around $10,000 per month in sales, because we know 30% of that is they'll be doing $3,000 a month profit. And once we've worked that out, what I would then do is come across to our product research tool. So I'm using ZonGuru here just because I find that it's the most accurate and the easiest to use with the Australian market. If you don't have it yet, there's a 50% off link down below. It's actually not an affiliate link. The ZonGuru company hasn't given me an affiliate link. It's someone else's affiliate link that I don't even know, so I don't even get any of the money for it. I just wanted you guys to get the best possible price. So if you do want a discount, the link's down there below. But we're going to come in here and we're going to go straight to the niche finder. So we click on that, and it brings us to this screen, and this is the easiest and quickest way to start generating ideas and finding the products that are going to fit into that $10,000 a month category. So up the top here, I've got it set on easy mode, and yours might be set to United States when you first click on it, so you just have to change that to Australia. And then we want to select our categories. Now, as I've said before, the categories that I always go with is I have the home, garden, kitchen and dining, pet supplies, sports, and stationery and office products. Now, you can definitely check out some of the other ones, but I just find that that is the quickest way to stay away from like moving parts, electronics, consumables, anything like that, which is going to come with extra regulations and testing that you'd have to have done. And because it's the Australian market, we're going to leave it on all niches. If I was doing this in advanced mode or the US market, I'd narrow it down a bit more, but because we're in Australia and the search volume's a lot less, we want to cast our net as wide as possible. So I'm going to hit search here, and it's going to generate all the responses for us. And then always straight away, I click on the niche score here twice so that we can filter via the niches that are the most highly rated. And now what this is going to do is it's going to generate a heap of niches for us that are doing good amounts of revenue in the Australian market, and they have a good balance of not a lot of competitors doing well, and they have a low amount of ratings. So you can go through here and you can see you can click on each one and it opens it up and gives you different details about the people that are selling as well as the statistics. And I've actually scrolled through here, and one that I found which was actually very generic, but we're going to go through it. I'm going to show you the opportunity that I see there was actually rubbish bins. So we can see here just from the initial look, if I was breezing through it, I can see that it's got about a 2,200 search volume, which is pretty good for the Australian market. Remember, it's a lot smaller than the US market. And we can see here that the average revenue is about $11,000. And now we can see that the average rating is 3,300. But because the other statistics have been good, I would go in and have a further look, because that number can be easily skewed if there's one product in there that has nothing to do with rubbish bins. It could be rubbish bags, right? For like $2, and they've sold 20 million of them. So there's a heap of reviews. So it could have nothing to do with that at all. So what I would do is then come across to the three little dots and hit the little Chrome extension tool, and that's going to open it up for us on the actual Amazon page. So we can open up our Chrome extension here. That's going to show us the different numbers and amount of revenue that everyone's doing. And we can sort of scroll through and we can see straight away that there is a couple of them here that are doing over the $10,000 a month that we're looking for. And we can actually see that this one, and come across here, has only got 24 reviews, meaning that it's relatively newly launched and that it doesn't have a lot of social proof. So it's going to be similar to the one that we're launching, meaning that we can make that kind of money as well. So if we keep coming down, that one's pretty close there to the 10,000. There's obviously a couple of smaller ones, but like I said, there's a lot of them being shipped from overseas, meaning Amazon doesn't push them to be sold very strongly. So we come down, there's another 8,000, another $10,000 one there, a 17 and an 11. So we can see that there's a lot of potential there to hit that goal that we want, the $10,000 a month, so we can make $100 a day. And then you might be thinking like, okay, that's cool. Like, I see the opportunity, but like, it's a bin. It's kind of boring. I don't know how I'm gonna change it to make it look better, right? Like, I can sort of see that there was one doing well with a sensor here, so I know I can put a sensor on it, but like, I don't know how to design a bin. All right, I got you. So what I always do with the Australian market is I think that it's just a smaller version of the American market. So we can come straight across here. I've already got the tab open to the American site, and I've just put in rubbish bin up the top here, and we can scroll through and we can bring up our Chrome extension and we can look at what some of the best selling rubbish bins are in America, what features they have, what designs, and all you're going to do is bring it straight across to the Australian market. So I can come down, and I already know that, hey, it'd be cool to get one made with a sensor, which I'm sure Alibaba can do for us straight away. And I can look and think like, okay, like this nice little patterned one here with the white indents, or maybe we go for like a more simple, a nice wooden one. And we can just scroll down and have a look. I know that there's ones that are automatic that have like the little clips that just twist off and do the bin bags by themselves. So all you have to do is come through here, look at what the better sellers are, and then make sure that there's not a version of it on the Australian market. And then all you need to do is bring it straight across, and we've already just proven that there's a market to bring it up to that $10,000 a month. Now, before going to source the product, the next stage that I would take to verify that the product is going to work and that it's a good idea is I would come back to our ZonGuru here, and still in our product research tab, in our listing optimizer, we're going to go keywords on fire. Now this is going to allow us to pull all of the keywords for what the bins are selling under, so we can see how much revenue there is across the board, how many of the products are actually showing up for those keywords, and it's just going to show us those extra opportunities that we can dominate on to take advantage of the competition. So we want to click on here and change our marketplace to Australia, and then I always go add products by phrases because it's way quicker. So we're going to type in here rubbish bins and hit search. It's going to bring them up for us. And now the quickest way to do this is always just go select all and then scroll through. And if you see anything that's not a rubbish bin, just untick it because we don't want to skew the data. But it looks like this is actually pretty good. So we're then just going to go add products. And as you'll see here, it's automatically added in all the ASINs for us. And then we'll just give it a name. We'll say rubbish bins. Oops, spelt it wrong. That's fine, it's staying like that. And hit run keyword analysis. Now this is going to start doing all the data for us, and usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll let us know once it's done, but we're going to skip ahead now and have a look. Alright, so our data's finished. We can jump in here. We hit the little eyeball icon, and it's going to bring it up for us. And we can see that there's 300 unique keywords and a total revenue across those keywords of over $1 million. So that's always really promising to see from the start. And we can scroll down here and it's already sorted via our ZonGuru score, which puts the best keywords at the top. And so it's going to show us here that it's got the keyword and then how much money that keyword is sending to those 25 products that we saw and how much search volume. So we can see motion sensor bin is doing about $5,500 per month across those products, but only 10 of those bins actually show up under that keyword. So it means a lot of them aren't actually targeting that keyword. Even better here, automatic bin doing $6,000 a month, but only 9 of them are targeting it. So we can put that in our listing, we can target it with PPC, and we're going to rank above those other people straight away and show up for the customer. And then bin here, we can see $56,000 a month being done under that keyword, nearly 4,000 search volume, but only 8 of them are setting themselves up to succeed under that keyword. So it's the biggest keyword, doing well over that amount that we need to do the $100 a day, but hardly any of them are doing the right thing to optimize themselves for the customers to find them. So by looking at this, we can see that there's a heap of different opportunity for us to take advantage of, and we can easily bring a product up to that $100 a day profit, $10,000 a month in sales. The next thing I do from here, so I've validated my product and I found a great niche, is then sourcing the product. So we can come across to Alibaba here, and all we have to do is type up the top. Now what I've decided to do is I saw there was a couple there, only a handful of sensor bins, and they seem to be the ones that were selling really well. So if we could do a sensor bin, but have it designed way nicer than the other ones because they were all really simple, we could take a heap of their revenue. So all we have to do is scroll down here. We can see like that's a nice tinted one. It is a little bit more expensive per piece, but we did see that a heap of the bins were selling for well over $100, especially the sensor ones. And we can keep scrolling down. There's another one. We can always ask if like it can be done in matte black like that there. That always makes it look way nicer. But I would just scroll down here and reach out to a couple of the suppliers saying, hey, are you able to do a quote on 100 units, 50 units, whatever it is you're wanting to start on, and just come down, look through a couple of them, see what the best prices is they can do, see if they can change up the design. And remember, you've got that inspiration from your American listing here. So save a couple of the images of the ones you like, maybe like this one, hand it to the suppliers, put out a RFQ, which is a request for quotation, which is this little button here, and that's actually going to have the suppliers come to you. So you can put some photos in there of the ones you like, say, hey, if you're able to make this, please message me, and then automatically straight away you're going to have a nice design. It's going to be the sensory lid, so it's going to put you above 95% of that competition. And we saw there was $56,000 a month in one of those keywords with hardly any of the competition taking advantage of it. And then the rest of the process is you'd be placing your order and shipping it to the Amazon warehouse. And as we can see here, that once a customer buys it, Amazon's going to ship it for you and take care of the whole customer service side. So the big chunk of the work is in that front end, is finding the product, sourcing it for the right price, and making sure it's going to stand out and be a little bit different. And if you can take care of that, Amazon's going to take care of the whole other process. If you guys feel like you need a little bit more information or you're a little bit stuck, check out the playlist that I have linked below. It's a full journey of how to launch a product onto Amazon in much more detail on each step. It's got everything from the setup to the product research to shipping to sourcing to PPC. It's everything you need there to launch a product, or if you want any further membership or mentorship, you can check the link below. I have a little program there that opens up for some times of the year. Otherwise, if you have any specific questions, come along to our Sunday product talks. I go live for an hour on Sunday where I go through product research, or if people have questions, you can come along and ask it and I'll help in any way I can, or leave a comment down below. I always respond to every comment as quickly as I can, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. But don't miss out on this opportunity. Like I said, this is exactly like Amazon America when it first kicked off. So there's a lot of potential for money to be made, but it won't stay that way forever. So make sure you take action, don't sit on it. If you want your life to be different, you have to do something that you've never done before. And remember, you're only one product away from living the life that you dream of. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so proud of you for taking that step forward, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.